Hello everyone and welcome to this latest episode of Book Time with Elvis with me, Mark, and with Elvis. As you can see, he's there in the background. Aren't you Elvis? Yeah. And this is another installment of the classics I need to read, and it's volume 3, The Near East. Now, the way I've been selecting these classics are due to the ones that I kind of want to read right now. I may have missed things out, I may have read them already, but it could be a long list if I don't narrow it down. But of course, as always, I welcome your recommendations in the comments below to add to my list if I've forgotten anything that you think is glaringly obvious. And as I say, I may have read it. In fact, one of the books on the list I have read before, and another one I've dipped in and out of. Actually, another 3 I've dipped in and out of without having read properly. The first book on the list is the Epic of Gilgamesh, which I have read before, but I want to read it again because I probably read it about 3 years ago without any real motive to my reading it. So I probably didn't take in as much as I should have done, and I would like to get hold of a proper annotated copy. I think that would be best. By the way, I should clarify the Near East, I mean the Middle East, so things coming from that geographical region. I will look later in subsequent videos that I've got on India, the Far East, etc. before bringing classics and things into the medieval era. So this will go on for a couple of weeks, but I'm trying to build up a list, I suppose, of Mark's canon, what Mark wants to read, what Mark feels is important to read, what you also suggest that is important for me to read as well, from these great classics and things, or from all over the world. Another attempt to really diversify my reading too. So the Epic of Gilgamesh is the first one. These are in no particular order, just the way I've written them down as I was thinking in my thought process. Next up is the Code of Hammurabi, which I would imagine is probably quite hard going, but still probably very interesting. So I'd at least like to get a good copy of that with some good notes and things to see me through it, and I think that would be very interesting. Third up, we have the Bible. I've, of course, throughout my life dipped in and out of various parts of it, but I've never read it cover to cover. And I'm thinking of doing that. And I was talking to Sean D. Stanfast the other day in one of our lives that, and I was half joking, but I said I might read it. I might read it on this channel. And, I think I will. And, I think I'm going to read the King James Bible on this channel. I don't know if it will be how I'm going to structure it yet, but to be honest, the only way I'm probably going to get through it is if I do that. It got me through Jane Austen, which in the end turned out to be brilliant, Pride and Prejudice, but I think this is going to help me, and it doesn't matter however long I take. If I spend 5 minutes reading the Bible every day on this channel, it's up to you if you watch it or not, but I'm going to it's going to mean that I clock up the time and get through it. And, I want to read it as a work of literature. I'm not a particularly religious person, so that's how it's going to be. And I'll probably make comments on it from that point of view rather than any kind of religious point of view, because, as I say, I wouldn't read it for that purpose, So there we go, that's the Bible. Next up, we have The Jewish War by Josephus, who is a Jewish Roman historian, and I've been wanting to read him for a while, so definitely that is a book from the location that I would very much like to read. And next we have the Koran. I have dipped in and out of that before, and I would really like to read it again from cover to cover, that will definitely be done at some point. Next we have the 1001 Arabian Nights, which I have again also dipped in and out of, never read them in their entirety. I would like to get a hold of the 3-volume Penguin set. I have them as ebook, but I would really like the physical books for them. It's a shame I can't get them in hardback, or at least it's not very easy to get them in hardback, but still it will do to have the 3 paperback volumes. And they're great fun, at least the ones I've read, so I very much look forward to diving into that as well at some point. So all this will be done over the course of the coming years, of course. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to get all this done by the end of this year or the end of next year. These are things I'm going to steadily work my way through, kind of probably in the background of my booktube life, with the occasional video on them with the exception, of course, of the Bible, which I plan, as I say, to read in its entirety. It's a massive commitment, of course, and I may not do it, but I'm going to give it a good shot. So we shall see. Next up, we have the Shahnameh, or the Persian Book of Kings, by I don't know if it's maybe I've miswritten this. If it's Abolqasem Ferdowsi, and as I say, this is the Persian Book of Kings, and I've been very interested in Persia for a long time, ancient Persia, and I very much want to read this. So that makes the cut, that makes the list, as does the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Again, I'm not sure how readable it's going to be, but with a good annotated copy, it should be an interesting project anyway. And the same would be, I imagine, for the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is also on the list. This is something, again, probably on its own it would be quite hard to read, but I suppose in conjunction with perhaps the Bible and a good copy, Penguin copy perhaps, or any better one if you can suggest it, that has good notes, it could be very interesting as well. And finally, we have the Conference of the Birds, another Persian work by Farid Attar, and I don't know much about it. I was just reading the synopsis for it and thought, that seems interesting to me. I have read in the past Rumi. He's not on the list because I have had some more than passing acquaintance with him. And there, as I say, there are probably others, probably many others that I should have included, and I haven't. So if you can suggest them, please leave them in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing your opinions. And also give me your opinion on the madness the funny mad 5 minutes I may have had in saying that I'm going to read the Bible, the King James Bible, aloud on this channel. Maybe you'll think, oh God, no, Mark, or see, blasphemed there. Don't do it, Mark, for goodness sake, we don't want you to subject us to that. Well, at the end of the day, I make the video, it's up to you if you watch it, right? So, yeah. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward very much to seeing you again and to reading your comments. Do take care. All the best. Bye-bye.
Better